Okay, here we have the HexBug Nano Elevation Habitat set, and the important thing that's quite new about this is the fact that it's part of the new Construct system that the HexBug range is now doing. So this set isn't exactly made up as an example as per the box. I'll turn the box around and show you some of the set examples they set here. There's one on the front there, on the back they've got a few more sets, as well as explaining all the various parts. So there's a nice picture on the box that shows exactly what you get, and absolutely what's in shot at the moment is all you get in this set. And there's a lot of track. This is actually a very generous set. So you get 4 Construct Hex Cells, they're the white hexagonal shaped items. You get 2 of these playground roundabouts. You get a seesaw, you get a horizontal roller, and you get 2 vertical rollers. And you actually get 12 directional plugs. I've plugged just 4 in this particular setup, but once they're plugged into one of the holes in the construct base, you can then angle them. And you get an additional 10 pegs. Now these pegs can just go into the board, into any of the holes, and can be used both for the bugs to hit and to bump into, as well as, and I've done this in some other videos of mine, one particular one called I've named Pinball. I've also used between 2 pegs an elastic band as a kind of bouncing barrier, so you can do all kinds of things with these pegs, and again they click into any of these pinholes in the Construct Habitat Hex Cells. Let's get that out of the way. You also get a series of legs. Now these legs, I've used 3 underneath the raised section there, as well as that rather interesting spiral at the very back, which is the orange spiral that allows you to change elevation. So the difference between the older elevation sets and the new elevation sets is that the legs that they use, and these are quite new, these are hexagonal themselves, they actually stand and click into the base, the bottom, and of course the underside of a cell that goes on top. So the legs are quite different. They've also included some of the older traditional legs to support and create the actual elevation system, which is these. These are simple little side sliders that can be fit into the sides of any of the track pieces, and I've actually used a couple on a very small set of elevation curve that I've got on top just to demonstrate, and I'm using 2 of those extra old-fashioned leg supports, and there are 8 of those in total. So you've got 9 of this new type of leg, and you've got 8 of the old style leg, and of course you get, all importantly, 2 Rare Hex Bugs within the set. Of course they come with batteries. I'm going to just let them start running around whilst we carry on talking. There's a couple other things that you get that I've not mentioned yet, including this one-way door that this bug nearly went through, just to demonstrate, but didn't quite make it. So you can see a go on one side and a stop on the other, and it flips up, and therefore it allows a bug to go in one direction of travel. So if a bug did go in through this door here, it wouldn't be able to come out perfectly. Thank you very much. They're both just done on cue, and one of the bugs is now on one of the downstairs merry-go-rounds. In fact, they're now both hunting their way and climbing their way up the elevation circuit. Now the climb's actually a little bit slow. As you'd expect, these bugs aren't really designed to climb mountains. They're much happier on the flat, but they absolutely can do that climb. So this is quite a good 2 or 3 inch, 2.5 inch incline, and it's done through 2 360 spirals. And what I've also done is I've just left one of the doors on the top of this hex cell open, so that the bugs, if they're unlucky, can just fall out and fall into the other cell. And as you can see, hex bugs are pretty good at righting themselves, as long as their batteries aren't too flat. So each of these hex bugs has got a battery, and they come with a good charge. They last quite a few hours. You actually quite a few hours of play. If you play with them sort of 20-minute, 30-minute breaks and give them a little rest, I found that the batteries actually last longer than if you leave them on for just 3, 4, 5 hours until they go completely flat. And the 3, 4, 5 hour length very much depends on the price and quality of the battery you buy. If you buy a good, well-known branded battery like a Duracell, you'll get a good 5 odd hours out of a battery. Now, bugs, of course, when they're at different stages of their charge, can go either faster or slower. Sometimes the bugs are more interesting when they're a little bit slower, but they can get stuck on some of the playground pieces. And you certainly need to be a little bit more careful when you're designing habitat setups with these flip gates and all these new playground pieces. Too many bugs. I'm going to introduce 4 additional bugs that you don't get with the set. And I'm going to do this partly so you can see more of the items in play, as well as so you can see some of the issues that you're now going to be faced with. But absolutely everyone's going to want to have a few extra bugs in play, and 6 is probably about the right number for this amount of track, where you'll have, once they spread themselves out a little bit, you'll have probably only a couple in the corridor sections and the track areas, and a couple in the various different pieces. This bug actually rode up temporarily on one of the flip gates. Luckily one of his friends then just knocked him off, and that does happen. The bugs have fun interacting with each other, and that's part of the play. And as you see, these bugs quite happily go through these rollers, under and overs, and the flip gates certainly influence the locations. There's quite a few in the underneath merry-go-round. It's a shame that they're not on the top. They're a little bit camera shy, those ones down there. Hopefully we'll have another couple climb up the elevation circuit incline. Here we've got 2 bugs that are just going to overtake each other. They are able to do that, as you can see there, without any assistance. Sometimes if a bug goes on its side at the wrong place, then absolutely it'll create a little log jam, and you might need to fix that. Other times a friend will come along and push it along, and that bug on its side will get pushed into an open cell where it's more able to right itself. Okay, so as I say, apart from the 4 additional bugs I've just introduced, all what you see on here you get with the game set. It's a really good game set because you get so much track. Personally, I'd like to have another couple of the cells, so I think you'll need to get a few more of these hex cells to really make use of all of these lovely track pieces that you get here. The arenas that you can make by taking the sides off, so these 4 white pieces here are actually the sides I've taken off here. So this is one thing that's quite clever, and you only get with the construct system, that the sides are totally removable. So you can actually make this piece a centerpiece and have a large set of cells around, and as you can see, each piece will just go simply in place, and you've got yourself an orange door on each of the 6 hex cells. Now all those bugs are very camera shy, they're all in the lower side, a couple of them are climbing hopefully, and we've got the yellow on top keeping them company, and he's probably going to have to jump off the edge. No, he's decided to barge his way down. Obviously downhill has got a little bit of an advantage, even though there are 4 bugs going uphill now, so this is going to be an absolute incredible log jam. Let's see how this copes. And amazingly, the one downward facing yellow bug is managing to push almost all of his friends and colleagues downwards. I may have to free that log jam up because that does look a little bit messy. So the new construct system and the old cells, so the old cells look like this with non-removable walls and none of the holes. Totally compatible though, so I'm going to just quickly plug an old and a new cell together. So as you can see, totally integrates, no problem at all, and the track's the same as well, so there's no issue there. All these flip gates you can use in quite clever combinations. So here I've just created a central hex about, but you can also create some quite interesting design flows. So here, for example, you've created a situation where a bug would have to almost hunt itself around a little maze to even find its way through or out. Again, if you can imagine these doors being open, then you're also again creating a more difficult situation where they're unlikely to find the centre. I think I really am going to have to clear these bugs. Let me just give it a little push. Let's get this grey bug out. Let's help the blue bug go uphill. He was trying to do that. He was the first one, I think, climbing. There's an orange bug there that's also heading uphill. Let's do that. And let's try and find that bug at the back that caused all the trouble. This yellow hex bug. So you absolutely shouldn't leave these guys unattended. They are a menace. Great fun, but a menace. Otherwise you'll have them falling off the table and crawling around your floors. They don't go so well on carpet or tablecloth, but they're brilliant on hard floors. So if you've got wooden floors or tiles, then you're going to have some great fun just on your kitchen floors, etc. You absolutely don't need to use these things in the habitat sets. That's just a bonus, let's say. So these constructs that you can create with these habitat systems are all absolutely about imagination, and you've got to find a configuration that's both fun and works. Obviously I've tried to encourage them to go upstairs, to have a little spin around on this on this roundabout to then fall through to come back into play. And although that wasn't looking too bad initially, since I've added the extra bugs, a little bit more congested, and I think they're having some problems going up and down the elevation. And probably what I need to do is to move one of these one-way stops from here to actually the top of this. Okay, so very easy to fix a problem. If you think the problem's caused by bugs going downhill, then stop the bugs going downhill. That stop gate is pretty much going to stop 99% of all bugs. And the flow of direction is now upwards, and the only way down is to fall back into the main area just before the seesaw. So let's see whether this white bug finds his way and falls off as we were hoping. There's a nice blue bug. One of the set blue bugs is going up the elevation ringway, as we say, and there we go. That plop was a flying bug. The blue bug's nearly at the top, struggling a little bit. I think his battery is getting a little bit flat. He's been running quite a few mazes and races that I've been doing prior to this video. And he's now going a little bit of fun on the roundabout and his merry-go-round until this white hex bug comes and joins him. And the white bug didn't hang around there too long, and he's already on his feet and jostling around with the blue bug. But the blue bug's also come out as well. So I think that shows very well how this works. Hope you have fun. It's a great set, and thank you for watching.